Okay, Citra, Freaky Forms. Please wait. Does it work? Are we here? Oh, wait a minute. I can't hear the desktop audio with my headphones in. Let me... Wait a minute. Is it because my headphones aren't plugged in? Or what? Oh, hang... No, it's silly me. Because my computer set it to my microphone when it should be... There we go. Da, 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 da. Okay, and as soon as people start showing up, you can tell me whether or not the... Everything sounds good. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Start touching things. Oh, Lord Fluff is here. My favorite sock man, sock person, I don't know. How you doing, Lord Fluff? Happy to have you. Happy Halloween, or, you know, close enough. I'm gonna be working every night until Halloween with Not Scary Farm, so... Yeah, tonight is my night off. Normally I would be working Thursdays, but they gave me a night off. Happy Halloween, Beta Luigi. Happy to have you. So, why am I streaming? Because I have a night off, and I figured I would. How are the audio levels, by the way? Please let me know. Because it seems, even though my settings shouldn't have changed much from last time I did it, for some reason my streaming audio is never the way I want it to be, or the way that's ideal. So yeah, if there's a problem, if the game is too loud, or I'm too loud, or too quiet, or whatever, just let me know. Yeah. Just gonna casually play some Freaky Forms. Oh, I didn't even realize that there's no music in the creation part here. Trying to freaking learn how to stream on YouTube because I dislike streaming on Twitch. Also, the audio's fine. Okay, the audio's fine. Thank you, Lord Fluff. Sound good? Thank you, Beta Luigi. Yeah, what's your most memorable childhood memory? Gracious, AA Ron goes on. Welcome to the stream. My most, memorable childhood memory? That's a tough one. I don't know, memorable as in good memory or bad memory? Gone Hunter, yo, happy to have you. I don't know, when I was 13, or no, 12, I want to say, actually. You know, around that age range. What did I do? I jumped up and bit a rope hanging from the ceiling, and my front tooth came out of my head and had to be put back in. So that was an experience. Happy memory. I don't know, the first time I ever performed in a musical when I was 7 years old. Got bit by the bug, and it's been my career path ever since. That was fun. Can't wait to play Bayonetta 3 tomorrow. Happy for you, Gone Hunter. I've never been a big Bayonetta fan, but people like it, so good for you. Evening/morning all. Andrew Garrison, happy to have you. What's shaking, bacon? Yeah, that wasn't a happy memory, but it's a spooky memory, because it's Halloween, you see. Sock time. What's up, cool guy? Cool guy 360. If we've got any requests in the chat for Freaky Forms I could make, go ahead and sound them off. Because I don't know, I like this game, and I have a review that's, you know, the script is done, the voice lines are recorded, I just need B-roll and to film all of all the sock sketches in between. You know how I do videos. How do I zoom in, zoom out again? What button is for zoom in, zoom out? I forget. Oh, there we go. D-pad. Not tomorrow, as it's the 28th for me, so in the morning. Oh yeah, for Bayonetta. Hey, Sock, happy Bayonetta Eve. Got lots of Bayonetta fans in the crowd tonight. Happy for y'all, happy for you. Yeah, it's not that Bayonetta's not appealing to me. Well, it's kind of that. I don't know. Bayonetta is just one of those... It's one of those things for me. I can't get into it because I don't like the, I don't know, the weird Japanese bastardization of Christian mythology. or mythos, rather. It's not a bad thing, it's just something that doesn't vibe with me. It's just not my forte, not my cup of tea. Yeah. I'm not gonna talk about the Bayonetta controversy here, or, or the controversy that sprung up and has since more or less been resolved, because I have a show on an audio-only show for my Patreon backers where I talk about topical things that have happened during the month. And I'm going to try and, things like that I don't really want to get into, but might feel an obligation to get into for a news show, I'll save for that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, actually, there's a height. There we go. I don't even know what I'm making right now. I'm just kind of doodling about. There's always emulation at Beta Luigi. Oh, I wish Bayonetta 2 was on Steam. Yeah, if you use what's it called? Cemu is a pretty good Wii U emulator. And and Bayonetta 2 is also on Switch, so it's probably with Yuzu too. I'm guessing you also dislike Evangelion. I've never seen it. I know the theme song, I know the memes, I know Shinji getting the robot. Mario movie thoughts. I could talk about this a little bit, Ron. I think the Mario movie looks alright. I am still massively, I am bugged more than your average so-and-so by the Chris Pratt casting. Not because I don't like Chris Pratt, but because I'm very stuck in my ways about cartoon characters and their voices being inseparable. To me, saying Chris Pratt is Mario is like saying Keanu Reeves is Bugs Bunny. It's like nobody wants that. Nobody's going to see a Looney Tunes movie because Keanu Reeves is in it. It's the same thing with, I actually like Looney Tunes Back in Action, the Joe Dante movie, but people didn't go to see it because Brendan Fraser's in it, Steve Martin's in it. They went to see it because it's the freaking Looney Tunes, And yeah, and Mario doesn't need a star-studded celebrity cast. I think Kevin Michael Richardson's Kamek is great. It's inspired. I love how old he's being played, which makes sense because he was, Bowser's guardian when he was a baby and Mario's adversary when he was a baby. So it makes sense for Kamek to be old and crotchety. I like the sort of mix between Peter Lorre and Paul Lynde. The voices, he's like, "Behold, the king of the Koopas!" I'm wringing my hands as I say that. I'm Italian. I can't play games and do exaggerated talking at the same time because I need my hands. I have hands sometimes, by the way. I established that in the Gigabash video. If you haven't watched it, I actually really like the Gigabash video. It's not doing too hot, but, whatever. His voice... It's not bastardization, more like inspiration. Oh, sure, Gun Hunter. It's sort of that thing where, yeah, they take echoes of... I guess I'm kind of a hypocrite in that way, because I love old Silver Age comic books that more or less do the same thing, where they sort of take echoes and inspiration from, Bible stories or, Christian Judaism, or just Judaism in general. I love the Silver Surfer. I like Galactus. I like a lot of, all those cosmic villains in Disney's, Marvel's trifecta, not trifectas, pantheons. Gosh, I'm getting all my words mixed up. I don't know what I've made here. It's kind of like well, I don't even know what this is. It's like if The Rock voiced Mickey Mouse. Yeah, exactly. The Mario movie situation. I was skeptical about Chris Pratt as well, but he sounded kind of fine, like the Super Show. I don't think he did sound much like... He sounded like Chris Pratt kind of doing like a friggin' Jewish mom. Like, Mushroom Kingdom, here we come! It's like, nah, it's not Mario. It's not, that's not what I want to... because the visuals are so nice. I know, it's a shame that we don't get Martinet's voice coming out of that Mario. But, whatever. Yeah, I guess what I've made here is fine. This was a warm-up. I'm not Christian, so I just think the mythology is neat. Oh, yeah, it's fine. I wasn't a huge fan of Jack Black's voice either, personally. I didn't mind Jack Black's voice. I thought, I think Bowser is kind of... what am I gonna name this guy? I'm gonna call him... Warm-up. Yeah, he does just kind of sound like... Oh, pick a catchphrase, shoot. He'll say... Poop. That's funny. He did it. Oh, it's fitting that we're talking about voices right now. Let's try and make him sound like Chris Pratt Mario. Where's... Angry? Happy? Excited? Yeah, that's about enough. The Everything guys are here. What's up? Stop lying. He was fine. Oh, yeah, he does Jack Black's Bowser sounds like Jack Black. He's doing kind of an affectation. You know, he's... I saw the, this guy stinks. Let's give him flies. Yeah, he's doing kind of an affectation, but his Jack Black speaking cadence is more or less the same. So we'll go to the meadow. Yeah, I don't know. This game, for those of you who don't know, Warmuppia sounds like a Muppet name. Maybe a little bit. Yeah, no, this is a game for babies that I kind of unironically love for how much art stuff you can do with it. I guess right now I'm just getting some... Oh, hello. We're getting out of here. Not in the mood to fight right now. Merry Christmas, I don't want to fight tonight. No, it's Halloween. Yeah, let's explore the dungeon. But yeah, after this quick dungeon romp, we really should make a recognizable character in this character creation tool, in this character creation game. Because, yeah, oh, there's a guy. I normally play games with the sound off, and I didn't realize that the flies I gave him would be buzzing throughout the entire game, so that's kind of annoying. Yeah, this is kind of weird. What were we talking about? Oh, what's a happy childhood memory? Oh yeah, I already said that. You might have seen it already, but request Springman. Oh yes, yes, yes. Might have seen already. Why aren't I seeing everything? Live chat, all messages, gracious. I had it set to top chat for some reason. I wish God of War still had hack and slash mechanics like Bayonetta and Devil May Cry. Yeah, that's a weird thing with Sony. That's one of the many reasons why I don't really like them right now, is that they sort of make all their games fit a very generic template. Like, you know, God of War is like a property of theirs that was pretty well beloved in the day. That wasn't the most original idea or whatever, but, you know, it was still its own thing. Oh, wait, can I... Is this a secret door? How do I get out? Hello? I can't fly. I don't have wings. Do I need wings? Oh, duh. Freaking bricks. Especially freaky forms. Oh, hey, Bob A. Links. Yeah, you're one of my viewers who regularly proclaims their freaky forms love. Gotta love freaky forms. Hyped for Ragnarok. Is that the name of the next God of War? Yeah, I don't know. I've got no strong feelings on God of War one way or the other, but I do think it's weird that it went from being one thing and then turned into what looks ostensibly like The Last of Us. Yo, PK! What up, what up? 'Tis a pleasure. Thank you. The pleasure is mutual. It's a pleasure to have you here. Wait, did he just recover HP? I didn't even know they can do that. Is water wet? Is this a question? Hey, Sock, do you think 9/11 was an inside job? Let's maybe not talk about that. I was just scrolling through the chat to see if I missed something, and apparently not much! What's your best scary story? It looks like that, but plays like an action RPG. What looks like what and plays like an RPG? I missed something. I wish God of War had hack and slash mechanics. Oh, I need a forward double jump, not just regular one. What's... Oh my gosh, keeping up with the chat is just such a thing with me. I don't know why I get so stressed over it. I should really just focus on the game. Make one with funny little eye stalks. So we've got a request for Springman, we've got a request for eye stalks. Yeah, I think after this dungeon we'll make Springman. Because that's something, you know, when I do the review, I want to have a lot of B-roll footage of, you know, examples of how far you can push the character creator. You know? Make it look like whatever you want. Because that's something I really love about this game. I'm not going to give away too much of what the review is, but yeah, I think the character creator is downright genius for reasons I'll expand upon in the review itself. When I hear your voice in the stream, I just think of a sock with a gaming headset and a mic. Well, I mean, that's not too far off from what's going on here. Except I just wear regular, old, boring, you know, wired headphones because I'm broke. Or, you know, broke is such a strong word. I'm frugal, and I don't have especially deep savings. So I could invest in a nice gaming headset, but I don't, because I hardly ever listen to my games as I play them anyway. Most of the time I just listen to music or a podcast as I game. Oh, luck. Oh, it's a giraffe. Oh, it's a giraffe. Can't wait for Rayman and Sparks of Hope. Yeah, it'll be nice to see what they do with it, because the Donkey Kong DLC for the first Rabbids and Mario game was like a really nice big love letter to the Donkey Kong franchise up to that point, so it'll be interesting to see what inspiration they take from the Rayman series for the Rabbids game. Do you have a dream goal for your acting career? That's a heavy question. I'd say I do. I don't want to be famous. You know, I don't see myself going that direction. I'm not really, like, planting seeds for that kind of future. I more so want to be a playwright. Or a writer in general. I want to be, like, you know, obviously I love to act. I love to perform, especially live on stage. Holy cow, the speed on that gorilla. But yeah, I think I'd like to write plays in them. I'd also like those plays to incorporate a lot of puppetry and practical effects. There's sort of a thing with mainstream, big-budget productions on and off Broadway now. They sort of have this habit of using projections and screens on stage. And most of the time I think to myself, well, that's, you know... There are instances where it's fun, or, you know, you think to yourself, yeah, okay, instead of painting a big backdrop on a curtain or whatever, yeah, it's nice to have a nice big, you know, screen backdrop or whatever. But I feel like if we go too far in that direction, we kind of lose the art of stagecraft a little bit. And you guys, you know, it should be made evident by this channel's existence that I'm a huge proponent of puppetry. So yeah, a lot of the plays I've been writing pretty much since 2019 or so have mostly been, you know, heavily puppet reliant. And that's something I want to get into. You know, it's something I'm going to slowly chip away at here within my local theater scene in Orange County, which used to be really big, but ever since the pandemic has kind of been slowly shrinking. A lot of theater companies can't afford to keep the lights on. A lot of theater owners decide rent in California is not worth it, so they're moving out, you know, to different, cheaper states. And, you know, kudos to them, props to them. I've thought of doing the same thing. But, you know, all of my connections are here. I'm, you know, blessed enough to have a family who will, you know, allow me to continue living with them for free. Well, you know, in exchange for chores and whatever, but, you know. It's, you know, I can afford to pay for my phone and pay for my car and pay for other, you know, things, pay for my own stuff. And to add, like, you know, rent or mortgage or amenities or whatever on that, even if my credit score is good, even if I've got some money stashed up in my savings to where I could live in a cheaper United States of America, I want to stay here and I want to try and see this theater thing through, you know? We'll see how far it takes me. That's why I also pick up, you know, that's why I also pick up odd jobs and acting jobs like Scary Farm, like, you know, doing shopping malls, you know, Christmas elves and Easter bunnies. Because it's just sort of, you know, it's what I'm good at. It's what I've cultivated my skills in. And, yeah, you know, right now, obviously this YouTube channel is also a thing. You know, that I figured I'd do over the pandemic because there is no theater to do. And it's gotten enough traction to the point where, you know, I've got you guys watching, and that should be enough, but I also got, you know, AdSense. It's not a lot. I have made YouTube this year, you know, when it comes time to do my taxes, I will be able to, you know, show my 1099K or whatever that Google has given me, like, $100 even for all video making I've done all year. So, you know, so I can't even say this is a job, but it's another outlet for my, you know, creative endeavors. So that's nice. And there are some people, you know, there's you guys watching, but there's also people like you, Andrew Garrison, who back me on Patreon, and that's something I really can't take for granted, you know? That's why I'm streaming right now, as a matter of fact, because I've got the time to. I don't normally like to stream. I kind of told myself earlier this year that I wouldn't do much streaming and just sort of let my uploads do the talking. But I'm having one of those phases in my life now where my real life is so busy and my plans for the channel are changing. You know, the content I make, fundamentally, I want to be, you know, what you guys signed up for. But I also want to make longer videos, more insightful videos. And I want to branch out beyond gaming, too. I want to talk about theater. I want to talk about movies, TV, comic books, you know, the storytelling in general. There's a lot I want to get around to. And that's something I'm going to try and do, you know, this in the new year. Oh shoot, before I battle the lion, is there food anywhere I can eat? Okay, there's food behind the lion. Oh, there's a treasure chest. Oh shoot, and another battle encounter. Favorite Godzilla kaiju? It's probably a basic answer, but I've got to go with, Gamera. I like the big turtle who's the friend to all the children. He's great. A talking shoe. Enough people have made that joke that I'm half tempted to do it at some point. That sounds really difficult, yeah. Oh, you know, it's what it is. In terms of puppets and theater, I also really like Barnaby Dixon's work. I also like Barnaby Dixon. He makes some really nifty puppets. A lot of them are small. You know, he does, like, the little finger ones, and a lot of them are, like, you know, springs and levers and pulleys, and that's something I want to cultivate more skills in, but I'm more so, you know, I'm not terribly professional, if you couldn't guess. I'm trying to slowly work my way into understanding this stuff more. My younger brother is actually, like, leagues ahead of me in terms of mechanical understanding of how to build that kind of stuff. And, you know, and we actually work together. We actually have a gig right now where we're building puppets for a production of Alice in Wonderland here. And, yeah, and hopefully, and that's something, and when that's done, you'll probably see it on the second channel, Puppets by Kevin James Arnold. But, yeah. Barnaby Dixon's awesome. He's cool. He's cool. That could be the love interest. I actually, okay, I don't want to spoil things, but I have thought for a very long time, over a year probably, about expanding the extended cast of, you know, the Talking Sock world But I also kind of want to streamline the content so that it's not like a sitcom within a review show. But I have thought... I have a concept for a love interest character, but it wouldn't be for Sock. It would be for another character, you know, and it's a character you know. You know, that's all I'll say. And, yeah, I don't know. That's something you might see in the future. Might. You know, we'll see where we end up. Freaking, is this baby game giving me a hard time? Like, you know, where am I supposed to... Oh, no, because that's the Great Kaching. Have you seen Jordan Go to Sleep's older videos? Possibly? I don't know if I have. It doesn't ring a bell, so probably not. Talking Sock OnlyFans. No. Was I supposed to come up here? Yes, I was. Haha. There we go. Yeah, there's a door and there's the green key that I needed up here. Is the baby game giving me a hard time every time I lose a match in ARMS? Yeah, no, ARMS. I also play ARMS, you know, pretty regularly, and yeah, sometimes I'm like, you know, sheesh, are these people even putting up a fight? I feel bad. I'm wiping the floor with them. But then other times I'm kind of like, gosh darn it, can I get a single hit in? You know? Okay, well, there's nothing important behind that door. Let's move on. Open the gates. That's what Bowser said. Oh yeah, we were talking about that at one point, weren't we, huh? Yeah, I think Bowser's voice is fine. Jack Black's Bowser's fine. Is the character Kevin James Arnold? By the way, that is a very impressive looking puppet. Like the ones with the puppet, the purple monster, green dinosaur. Yeah, no, I don't know if I know about Jordan Go to Sleep, Retro Melon Dino. The love interest character is not Kevin James Arnold, no. By the way, that is very impressive looking puppet. Thank you. Which puppet are we talking about? Are we talking about Jordan Go to Sleep? I don't know if I'm talking about it. Oh no, Kevin James Arnold is an impressive looking puppet. Yes, thank you. Yeah, I've worked probably harder on the Kevin James Arnold puppet than I have on any puppet ever. Am I okay? Am I good? Reconnection successful. Okay. I just got a pop-up on my computer that said OBS disconnected. I know what Tally Hall is. Shoot, what's Tally Hall? Is that a band? No. That is... Yeah, you got it. Yeah, I got the joke. I made it through the dungeon! You gotta remind me, Retro Melon Dino, what is Tally Hall? I know what that is, but it's not coming, you know, it's on the tip of my tongue. But freaking, yeah. It's, you know, it's a band. Yeah, okay. Did they do, when I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 more. Danny DeVito as Wario? Would be funny, but again, no. Charles Martinet is Wario. Thank you very much. Alright, create. Let us create a for me. No, that's not Tally Hall. Oh, no, I know. Do you want a banana? Got a banana for you. Do you want a banana? Yeah, I remember Tally Hall. I like Tally Hall quite a bit. Thank you for asking. Shoot. What are we doing? Springman. Alright. Body for Springman. Yeah, Banana Man, good day. Take it for a ride. They did the Shia LaBeouf song. Did they really? I didn't know that. Huh. I also really do like the Shia LaBeouf song. What's a good... Okay, there's like a really good torso piece I use for a lot of formies. Where is it? Oh, you know what? My formie? We'll just base it off of one I've already made. Here are some of my formies, by the way. That's a different sock I've made. The face shape I like a lot better, but you know, the pieces I made so that it can fly and roll like the wheel and the rocket look kind of weird. You know, just sort of protruding. I should probably use a headpiece for the body to hide that. Maybe we'll edit him later. And there's the first one I made when I like first opened the game. There's Chibi Robo. Hello, Chibi Robo. There's 3 Pikmin. There's Sam and Max. You see how, you know, just with these pieces you can do so much? Like, this one is 3 characters. This one is, you know, 2 characters, all that. There's Taboo, Tin Star. I'm actually really happy with Tin Star. There's Helix. Twin Tail's pretty lame. LeBron James is lucky too. There's the Nintendo Badge Arcade Bunny. There's a Snyrate, Snail Pirate, with dragon wings for some reason. There's the Smiling Friends, Pim and Charlie. There's Bite and Bark, the best ARMS characters, hands down. There's Harry from Tellero Boxer. There's Wario, voiced by Danny DeVito. There's Master Hand. There's the Excitebox Frog. I'm actually really happy with how that one came out. Kevin Smith is Cheep Cheep. Gosh darn it, Retro Melon Dino. I'll say this one very interesting thing about the Mario movie potentially, is that it might be a musical. And there's a girl playing volleyball who's too big for the screen for some reason. There's the Rift. We'll maybe shy away from whatever that was. Yeah, no, these guys... Yeah, confirm. We'll use them as a base for Springman. Let's see. Body. This piece is, we'll try to make this Springman colors. Let's see if we can stretch it a bit. No, this is fine. I'm gonna do this without reference material, so hang on. Let's make a copy. Let's make this a more generic, single color shape. Where's something I'm looking for? Something kind of like an hourglass, but, you know, more slim. It's gotta be around here somewhere. No, that's too hourglassy. Something else. Come on now. Oh, this is that torso piece I use for freaking everything. Yeah, okay, with this we don't even... Well, actually, we could. Well, we'll make this one color. Make this white. And this... Okay, well, this is on the wrong side, so copy it again. Wait, how come this one is just perpetually on top of these ones? Oh, well. Hang on. Make this white. I heard rumors it's a musical. Yes, that is the thing I wanted to talk about. That's what would be most interesting of all to me about the Mario movie. If it is a musical, then, you know, and not like, again, there's a... Oh, for crying out freaking loud. Okay, you know what? Screw that. We'll make that a headpiece. This piece should be fine. It's sort of dynamic. Make Springman like sort of hunched over. Let's get another body piece in the fray. There's one that looks like shorts, just straight up. Think I want that one. Yeah, I wish there was an easier way to find the parts you're looking for. That'd be a nice quality of life feature for a sequel if they ever make one. Which they won't, but, you know, it would be nice. Where's the shorts piece? Oy vey. There it is. I'm thinking it'll be more like a Disney movie where, of course, they'll have a few songs, but it'll just go through a regular story. Well, that's sort of what I'm hoping, best case scenario. What I mean is, when I say musical, I don't mean a movie with songs in it. I mean a movie where songs sort of drive the story. Legs. Like, we get an idea of the characters, you know, deeper wants and desires and important plot beats in songs and, like, sequences that are staged to be, you know, musical. That's why they call them musicals. Can I not make this? Yes, I can. Shoot, I forget how Springman looks. I'm doing this without reference material, by the way. I don't have an image of Springman in front of me or nothing. Let's get this piece back into the fray and make that red. I think. Is that... Yeah? Yes? No? Forget how Springman looks. Anyway. Arm. There's no good way to twist the arms, unfortunately. Actually. Maybe we can accessorize to make it look like there is. I don't know. But let's make it blue. Give him red gloves. Make him sort of, you know, to put him up. Oh, that's another frustrating thing, is trying to get the poses just right. So like Hamilton or Sweeney Todd? Yeah, like those. Well, except, well, Hamilton is an operetta, and it's a bad operetta. Hamilton's fine. But Hamilton is done exclusively in song. You know, I'm thinking something more like, yeah, Beauty and the Beast, or Aladdin, you know? Like, those are musicals. You know, they've got important songs that hit all the important beats in the story, but it's not, you know, there are still exchanges and regular scenes and, you know, dialogue and all that. John Boyega as Goomba. John Boyega, I don't even know anything he's done outside that Star Wars movie. So. What's your favorite musical? That's a good question, Andrew Garrison. When I was in high school, I said my favorite musical... I would have said my favorite musical is Frank Wildhorn's Jekyll and Hyde. But specifically, the 1994 concept album, because when they brought it to stage, they did it with David Hasselhoff and changed the script around, and it was kind of bad. But, you know, but I like that show. I like how it's gothic. I like the sound. It's sort of operatic, but also kind of poppy. It's got a very big, full sound. It's got a great part to play for the lead, you know, the leading male character, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. But I don't know if I can say it's my favorite musical, really. Is that one of those arms thingamajigs? Ah, yes, Red Gaming, Red Geron. I've never heard your new last name for your handle spoken out loud. Sup, Red? I really like Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum. Oh, I love that show, Andrew Garrison. I love that show. I'm not as big a fan of Sondheim as a lot of people you'll meet. You know, I get how his sensibilities and, you know, writing/composition style really pushed a lot of ideas forward and are really, like, you know, good. I like a lot about Sondheim, but his shows themselves I'm not big on. But I do love Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum. I love The Frogs is another show he composed. And the book was by Nathan Lane, of all people. Yeah, I freaking... Those are some good ones. The original Frogs, the play by Aristophanes, the ancient Greek written before Jesus Christ was born comedy that's still funny freaking 2,000 plus years later. That's a Am I still on? Reconnection successful. Okay. Freaking is OBS okay? Is OBS alright? Yes, no, maybe so? Okay. It's pronounced Jeron. Also love seeing these live streams. Thanks, Red. Shouldn't Springman face the other way? Should he? I don't know, not necessarily. Oh, you know what? He should. You're right. Because if he goes into battle with other freaky forms, yeah. In like, the dungeon mode. You're right. Good catch. Yeah, good catch. Bob A. Links. You should be from the other way. But yeah, is there a shortcut to how I can get his hair to look right? Oh shoot, and I don't want his neck overlaying his arm. That'd be weird. beep boop. Robot noises. Thoughts on the border crisis? No, thank you. Oh, look, an arrow. This is kind of something. It's a basis, if nothing else. Oh, hang on. I might be a genius? No, I couldn't possibly be a genius. Okay, this is actually kind of turning into something. I feel like it kind of needs that toothpastey shell thing going on, though, so I'm going to copy over that, see if I can... Freaking duh! Yes, please, I want a swirly. Okay, let's give him something to complement the swirly. Yeah, because the arrow isn't exactly... Let's give him a more amorphous shape. Let's see, this might do. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is better. Actually, we'll copy this. We'll make another one that's red. Make it smaller. And put it inside the other swirl. Oh, yeah. Well, actually. You can take a shortcut! Afternoon, everyone. What's up, Super Me 3D? Super Me 3D is in the chat now. Oh, wait a minute. What happened to you, young man? Young arm? Be in a good position now, you hear? There we go. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, musicals. Yeah. Musicals are another thing I want to talk about on the channel in a future date, but it's also one of those things where it's like, okay, will people accept that? You know, will people watch? Will people be interested? Because, like, if not, it's whatever. You know, there are worser fates. But at the same time, that's a thing I'm working on diligently in the background. I've gone through several scripts trying to make a Pokemon live video. And that's another thing I've recently restarted and might actually finally do next year. Because Cold Kill! What's up, Cold Kill? Always happy to see you. You caught me in the middle of talking about musicals. I know, right? We're also playing Freaky Forms. Your creations alive. No, I didn't mean to touch you. Where's the back button? There is a back button, isn't there? No, that's not it. Where's the back button? I forgot things. I forget these things. I'm old. Oh, well. Just put that back wherever it was. You can make different channels that appeal to different audiences. I personally wouldn't mind a video about musicals. Yeah, I've thought about that too. I've actually thought about rebranding the channel entirely. And this is something I don't think I'm gonna do, but this is a thought I had at one point. I thought I might make the channel not a talking sock, but the talking socks. And there'd be a sock for each, like, thing I like. Like there'd be a gaming sock, you know, a cinema sock, you know what I mean? But yeah, but different channels. The problem with doing different channels is that I'd be Pokemon live video that a talking sock would have made wouldn't even be able to find the video that, you know, a musical sock made. You get what I mean? That's the thing. I'm trying to take cues from, this piece doesn't work. I'm trying to take cues from Knowledge Hub, or as he is now known, Whimzu. He made a second channel semi-recently, where he's finally, you know, and he did a Q&A recently that I participated in. It was very revealing, and I liked it quite a bit. Where he sort of disclosed that he sort of you know, was roped into doing Knowledge Hub more or less as like a thing to do with his brother who was doing Alternate History Hub. And he had been wanting for a while to, you know, sort of phase Knowledge Hub away and just make his own personal channel where he talks about, you know, whatever he wants to talk about. And I asked him in that Q&A, like, did you have any concerns about, you know, splitting your audience or your revenue or whatever, you know, considering this is your living? And he answered truthfully and all that. He said that was his #1 thing that he was looking out for. You know, that was the only thing keeping him from doing it sooner. So, you know, so I'm thinking, I'm taking cues from him. I'm also trying to take cues from B-Mask, who's another YouTuber I really like, who does video essays. He's done stuff about comic books and musicals and animated movies and games and TV shows. He talks about what he wants to talk about, and he talks about it all in more or less the same way. Oh shoot, Bite and Bark don't have eyes. I didn't give them eyes. So they're not available here. Let me get rid of their thing there now, yeah. Where are the eyes? Oh, there they are. After all, the sock is the theme. He could talk about anything. True, when I made the channel, I also sort of had that idea. You know, when I made the channel, I wasn't thinking too hard about it, aside from, you know, well, you know, I have to stay inside, theaters are closed. I had to do a video thing for school anyway. I figured, you know, video editing isn't that hard. And, you know, with just my cell phone, I can do quite a bit. So that's how I started, and I've expanded from there. You know, and I'll be expanding a little bit more and more every day, you know, or at least that's the hope. And yeah, when I started the channel, I didn't know whether or not I wanted to be a sock puppet per se. I knew I wanted a puppet. And I sort of thought, well, you know, if I just do gaming as a regular old, you know, sack body puppet, the Arlo comparison invitations are immediate. You know, and I was like, but I'm not Arlo, I'm me. I have my own opinions and my own perspectives and my own sense of humor and everything. And I also thought, like, you know, well, I might not even strictly do, you know, speculation videos, reviews, retrospectives, or whatever. I might also do skits and sketches, which I did a lot when I started out. I did, you know, stupid little meme videos, which actually got a lot more traction than anything I've done on the, you know, the content format I do now. So, you know, and there's thousands of my subscribers who don't tune in to my stuff more than likely came for Oni Plays Animations. So, you know, and the truth of that fact isn't lost on me. Like, I know this. And I've thought and thought again countless times whether or not I should return to that, but the prospect of it is always something I meet with, like, you know, with dread. You know, I kind of don't want to do stuff like that. So, you know, the more and more I agonize over whether or not I should do it, the more and more I think to myself, no, you know, I should stick with what I want to do. Because what's the point of having this channel if not, you know? Have a talking sock, wear a different wig for different categories. That's a thing I've tried before too, actually. I remember I did an ARMS video back in the day. I think it was called Where the Heck Is That Graphic Novel? It was literally like a week. I made that video a week before it was officially announced to be canceled. And yeah, I made him a little Springman costume. If you can go back and find that. And the F-Zero video. I did the F-Zero and its potential video essay. You know, where I talked about the value the series has, you know, beyond just wanting sequels. I made him the Wario eyes, eyebrows, and mustache and nose. What do you think, looking back on top 5 best anteaters in games? I like that video. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't rewatched it in a while, so I can't comment on its quality. But there was a lot about it that I like. I like the opening skit I did. You know, where I go on the podium and I preached to the choir. You know, the audience is all folk menace, anteater puppets. But yeah, it's just, I think that video more or less sort of, that's a gateway into what videos about comic books and musicals from me could look like. Because my plan is, you know, I won't divulge into too many specifics because I've sort of already shared that with my Patreon backers, and I don't want, you know, their patronage to sort of be for, I mean, I don't know, for nothing. But I have a lot of ideas for videos about musicals that actually kind of bridge the gap into gaming or pop culture. You know, so that's a possibility. That's a something. Yeah, because that Anteaters and video games thing, that's kind of like, who else is going to make that? Like, you know, freaking Pro Jared made top 10 Bs in video games or whatever 1.5 million years ago. Back before you could say, I watch Pro Jared without, you know, but whatever. You gotta make your own musical sometime. Believe me, Super Me 3D, I'm trying. I don't write music. I'm very musically inclined. I've been, you know, I've got siblings who are musicians. My father was a musician, is a musician. You know, friggin' that doesn't go away. Even if it's not his career now, he's written songs, he played music. But yeah, that's something I really want to do. There's a lot of musicals that I've got outlined, some I've got partially done, some songs and ideas that I've sort of outlined as well that I haven't, you know, notated. But, you know, but I've got friends and, you know, people who I can maybe collaborate with toward the effort of doing that sometime. But that's something that I'm not going to do on the channel itself. You know, that's a different part of me, more or less. Is this Springman, is he looking good? Is he more or less done? I don't know how much, because that's the thing, how many pieces left? 2 left? Oh, I could give him eyebrows. They've got the luchador eyebrows on their masks. I could do that at least. Oh, and we'll make him fins so that he can swim. Okay, well, no, they go behind the head, so never mind. Maybe make them flare? Nope, they also go behind the head. Okay, just regular pieces then. Thoughts on Hawaii Part 2? I have not seen it. Spore is epic. Thoughts on Spore? I do like Spore. You should make a Cameo account. I definitely buy one for my Uncle Tom who loves your vids. Frickin' that is the sweetest thing I have ever heard, the Everything Guys. Thank you. What was I? I've lost my train of thought now. What was I thinking about? What was I talking about? Oh, thoughts on Spore. I like Spore. I like the Spore franchise. I know that it's not what Maxis initially wanted to make, and the EA sort of, you know, they wanted to make it like the most sophisticated, you know, creation simulator ever, right? And it sort of became something else. But I like what it became. I like Spore. And I also really, really like Spore Hero for the Wii. I think it's a criminally underrated 3D platformer that, while not the best, has a lot of great ideas that I'd like to see return in other games sometime. Should his blues be a tad lighter? Nah, it's too bright. Yeah, this is more or less Springman. Oh, logo. I should give him his S. Is there an S piece that I can put on his chest? You should make a cameo. Oh yeah, you said that already. I will admit I found out about this channel because of the Oni Plays Animateds. I subscribe because I genuinely like your review content. Well, thank you, Zelda Donkey. That's great. That's very nice to hear. Thank you very much for saying that. Yeah, freaking train of thought. Oh yeah, S. I was kidding. Give him his logo. I don't think there's a regular just S piece that I can use. I don't know, should I bother? I'm not big on musicals, but I really enjoy opera. Hard to find good opera with lyrics, though, especially Asian opera. I also like opera. I'm not a big opera buff, but the opera that I've seen, I've enjoyed quite a bit. And I like the philosophy behind it. You know, I like the storytelling, the compositional, you know, philosophy of opera, where the music is made in service of heightening the emotions of the characters or the circumstances. Because that goes into musicals too, but that's sort of married with regular American stage play stuff. And also, you know, it borrows, it picks and chooses. It's more interdisciplinary in that sense. Yeah, forget about the logo. He's done. Springman's done. Boing. Should Disney Plus make a Star Wars musical? You can. Here's the thing. His name is Springman. A Star Wars musical shouldn't be something difficult to make. How does he sound? That works. Thoughts on Cats? I personally don't like it. I also am not big on Cats. Yeah. Not a fan of the musical Cats. I understand why it was a big hit. It's got a lot of broad appeal, but I'm not a fan. We'll go to the meadow again, why not? It sounds like he's having a good time. There's a good Chinese opera you can find on YouTube. Quillian? It's where the Chin Cheng Manchi meme. The meme song. Oh yeah, by the way, also, this is something I should show off actually after this level. The environment that I'm wandering around in is something that I personally customized. You can see that the trees and bushes are replaced with stone statues of me and Fingy. This Greninja, by the way, I found somebody's QR code on Google Images. Hiya, he says. Oh, hello. Excuse me, but can I ask you to make a delivery? Yeah. Shiny. I'd like you to take this over to Greg. Greg? Wait, is there a default form in the game called Greg, or did I make a character called Greg? I genuinely don't remember. But yeah, I'd like to get into more opera. It's something I might do on my downtime. Something I've been doing a lot on my own downtime. There's another reason why I felt compelled to stream and also sort of, you know, rethink my channel for the gazillionth time. Or, you know, rethink my, you know, production values anyway. What was I gonna say? I've been getting into comics again. I found a website where they've preserved in great, you know, HD quality pretty much every comic I've ever, you know, came across or wanted to come across. I was compelled to do so after watching the Disney Plus Werewolf by Night special. On a friend's account, of course. I don't have Disney Plus. The movie, I might review it on the channel, so I'll sort of refrain. But, you know, I've talked about it pretty extensively on Twitter, so what the heck. I don't think I liked it very much. There's a lot of stuff I do like about it. If you've seen it, you'll probably know what stuff I did like. You know, it has to do with a lot of stuff that not enough movies do, let alone Marvel movies, and it was nice to see. But too much of the rest of it is too generic MCU Marvel for my taste. And there was a character in it, spoilers, I guess. If more than 3 people say they don't care about spoilers, I'll say what it is. But, yeah, there was something in it that compelled me to go back and check out old comic books. And I've been really enjoying them, and it's something where it's sort of like... Part of me kind of wants to make videos about it, but I'm also kind of like, what would I say? What would I do? And how would I fit it into my format? You know, it's just sort of like, I don't know. What movie? Werewolf by Night on Disney Plus. Emulator, insert white-wigged guy from Zelda quote here. This is Citra. The emulator is called... Oh, I can't open the treasure chest because I've got the present. Super Me 3D, don't care. Are you gonna get Midnight Suns? Deadpool DLC's coming out. I've thought about it. I've looked at some of it, and part of it is me saying, okay, well, you know, I like strategy games just fine, so sure. But it's also sort of like, again, it looks more up my alley than a lot of MCU stuff has been lately. But I also, you know, I'm wary about whether or not it'll be too AAA for my taste. You know, too much, you know, pay to win or, you know, timed elements or whatever. Oh, this is illegal, you know. No, don't spoil it. I'm gonna watch it on the weekend. Okay, yeah, I won't spoil it, Zelda Donkey. There were elements about Werewolf by Night that made me, you know, want to revisit the comic books. And I did. And I revisited those comic books. And upon doing so, I sort of started going down... Oh, Greg is he's a default character. Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm not gonna watch whatever you're doing. 56 seconds left. Yeah, let's see what else we can do while we're here. I don't think I'm gonna go dungeon crawling with Springman. Just gonna collect eggs and money and whatever and let the time pass me by. And then we'll go into, you know, the scenery creator. This is a guy I made. Hiya. I'm trying to find gems. Oh, I will not have enough time to do that. No. I see you next time then. Oh wait, Gonzo's up there. Maybe he'll have something for me. Hey Gonzo. Gonzo the Great. No, I don't want to talk to you. Oh, an egg challenge? Yeah, okay. Two-way colored striped egg. Well, I've got 30 seconds to go find a tree. Dang, I gotta get Citra. Oh yeah, it's great. There are plenty of... If you go to the website where they distribute it, they've got a pretty comprehensive setup tutorial. Yeah, it's great. And they also, you know, tell you how to dump your cartridges. You know, that's bringing that meme back. It's surprisingly easy to hack your 3DS. And that's the thing here is that a lot of I dumped my save file from my 3DS into Citra so that I could have more parts to play with and footage to show off. Also, there are websites out there that have preserved everything you can find on the 3DS and Wii U eShops that are going away soon. So, you know, if you worry about not being able to find this game in the wild, you know, there's that to turn to. I won't disclose where because I fear that, you know, if I do, someone might blow a dog whistle, but I don't know. I do have then, yeah, if you've got a few games, an SD card, and a computer, you can do it. Springman sounds like a JoJo character. Peanut butter versus Nutella. I'm not taking a break, Nintendo. I like peanut butter better than Nutella, just because it's more versatile. But I also like Nutella. So there you go. I actually bought a pre-owned 3DS XL, and when I got it, it was already modded/hacked. Sweet. There you go, then. Then it should be even easier than that to do what? To dump it into Citra. I haven't... Actually, Cloudland is still its generic look. I haven't modified anything here. Oh, the background. Oh, yeah, the background... That's something that can be improved in the sequel. The backgrounds, you can just change the color and possibly patterns, but, like, change the shape of the trees or anything, which I guess makes sense. We'll make the trees purple. Beautiful. Oh, you know what? It's Halloween. Let's make it look Halloween-y. We'll have a dark sky, and we'll have... Yeah. Yeah. This is something. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's something, isn't it? Actually, the tree's not quite doing it for me. I maybe should look... Well, it looked fine before, maybe. No. Make you orange. Make you red. Make the bark black. Oh, you know, make it all black? Make it silhouetted? Nah, it's not quite as nice. Maybe make it purple. Purple look doesn't look bad, actually. I quite like the purple. And we'll make these ones black. Just black, because, you know, why not? And we'll make the top the same shade as... No, it's not what I wanted. Yeah, that looks nice. I'm going to buy a hot dog costume and call myself a Halloweenie. Nice, it's a me. I'll be working on Halloween. As I have been since 2018. Well, that's something. What do you want the next Nintendo console gimmick to be? I'm actually working on a video about that very thing. The Everything Guys. The script is more or less done. So, you know, after the Freaky Forms video is done, I'll probably... Actually, yeah, we'll create a new thing here. Yeah, I have a gimmick in mind. Okay, well. Not many options, huh? That should be good. But yeah, I've got an idea of what I want the next console's gimmick to be, and it will... When that's done, that'll be done. Oh, it's too small. I gotta make that bigger. Hang on. Oh, and stretch it out a little bit. Yeah. There we go. I finally scraped up the money to get myself a Steam Deck, and man, I love this thing. I play a lot of Outward in my downtime at work. I also want a Steam Deck. I might ask, you know, I might scrounge around, or maybe I'll tell my friends and family, hey, just pour your money together and, you know, and go for a Steam Deck, because yeah, I want one. Because let me tell you, right now, as I'm streaming, I'm hunched over my chest of drawers where my computer monitor is, and speaking into my microphone, which I've got a couple of bins with craft materials inside, which I put in an open shelf to get it to the same height as my mouth. And yeah, I would love to just recline in my bed as I play, as I prefer to play games, but on my PC. That'd be great. What am I doing? Oh yeah, body. We're making birds. We're making birds in the night sky. We'll make them crows. Oh, no, we can make them bats. Yeah. What can we do with the head? This is batty enough, isn't it? Or actually, if this is the wing... Oh, wait, are any pieces of it animated? No pieces of it are animated. Okay, so that means I can just use them as basic building blocks to make it look as much like a bat as I want. That's why I love this game. Okay, let's see. When you turn on a Nintendo NX2, it just floats away. Well, we could even make it a scary face if we want, but no, I'm gonna stick with the bat idea. Oh yeah, freaking too easy, too easy. Here we freaking go. Yes. Way too easy to make a bat. What's it? Just need a good micro SD card. I want to have as much storage as possible. Oh yeah, that's something I did back in the summer of this year. Best Buy had a sale on a 512 gigabyte micro SD card for a pretty affordable price, enough so that I could, you know, spend the Patreon money on it. And I got it for the tablet, which I also had previously bought with Patreon money, that I make videos on. So now I've got way more than enough storage to store a lot of stuff at once, so I can have a lot of projects going on at once. Because in the past, oh, hello. Okay, well, if the eyeball goes behind, then that's no eye I want. Because Because in the past, I used my phone, and okay, what gives? Friggin', okay. Copy this. Make it white? No, yellow. There we go. Yeah, in the past I used my phone, and I'd run out of storage so often that I'd, like, have to delete a lot of stuff. And I use my phone. You know, I need it for work when I do Uber Eats and the like, you know, so it's like, yeah, I can't just... There's a lot of, like, I wouldn't be able to make a video that's longer than an hour, you know, with using my old method. And I've tried to get used to using, you know, my PC, using, you know, the methods everyone else uses. But I'm just so... It's just so not the thing that I'm used to doing that I could never get into it, really. So, you know, so yeah, the tablet now is what I use, and yeah, I'm more or less happy with the results so far. And now that I've got all this storage, you know, the possibility of making bigger videos or having more complex things going on in you know, a shot or whatever, you know, it lags less. I can save more stuff, work with more stuff. Even just the how to make a talking sock video I did for the second channel. The amount and the fact that I, you know, condensed a 40-minute video into, you know, 7-minute, however many long minutes it is. My phone would not have been able to do that. So, yeah. Oh, 2 left. Shoot, I'm running out of space. Hang on. I want the wings, though. I'll get rid of the eyes. Pardon me. But yeah, that's more or less what I was saying, is that that's part of what I use for video production now. And why was I talking about it? Oh, micro SD card. Yeah. That's why I was talking about that. So there's a little behind-the-scenes curtain peek for you that was previously only beknownst to my patrons, but it happened long enough ago that it's like, you know, whatever. Okay, I think that's a bet. Done. Have you played Sparks of Hope? No, I have not, and I probably won't, at least not for a while. ARMS... I've heard you say ARMS has more content than Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Respectfully asking, doesn't 8 Deluxe have more modes? I said they have a comparable amount, if not more. Like, the amount of things you can do in Mario Kart 8 is about the same as ARMS. like people complain, you know, oh yeah, ARMS, it just doesn't have enough modes. It doesn't have enough to do. And it's like, I don't get that argument, you know, because what more do you want to do in a game like this? You know, I think the actual problem people have with ARMS is they just don't like the genre. But they can't leave it at that, so they make up stuff wrong with it. You know, saying that a game lacks content is a non-starter, in my opinion. Like, oh yeah, we can make these pumpkins. That's something. Oh, for crying out loud. Why is it called base if it goes in front of everything? Oh, ooh, skulls! Skulls are nice. Yeah, we'll just use skulls. But yeah. I think ARMS has more than enough content to keep people coming back. It's kept me coming back for friggin', you know, 5 years now or whatever. Give that bat balls, it'll be funny. No. Ugh, pardon me. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has versus racing and battle mode, not much more than that. Yeah, exactly, and ARMS has, you know, local multiplayer, online multiplayer, you know, single-player tournament, or a single-player, you know, endless ARMS test, or single-player 1-on-100 battles, or, you know, headlock scramble, or, you know, the mini-games like ARMS Getter, or, you know, whatever. And yeah, I just think to myself, what about this isn't enough for you? And, you know, and if people are going to say, like, oh, well, Brawl has more, you know, modes than that, or, you know, Smash Bros. Has more modes than that, It's like, yes, but fundamentally, you still control characters the same way. Like, you know, I get if you want a story mode or whatever, but just say you want a story mode. And to say that ARMS is a bad game because it doesn't have one is ridiculous. Because, you know, Mario Kart doesn't have one and you like it just fine, you know? ARMS has sports appeal. Playing it is the simple attraction of it. It's fun. Yeah, and Mario Kart is more or less the same way. It's arcadey, is what I'd say. Okay, this can be the pumpkin. We'll make this the pumpkin. Or actually, can we make this a skeleton? I'm gonna see if I can make this, I'm so scared I can't get it out. I'm gonna see if we can make this a skeleton. Almost something. Actually, ooh, the wing here. How many are there? Mario Kart needs to bring back DS's mission mode. I agree. I wouldn't even mind a story mode in Mario Kart or a story mode in ARMS. But, you know, they're not needed or as needed as everybody, you know, wants them to be, would want them to be. And that's just, you know, and that's just the way it is. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, ARMS is something I've also, for as long as I've had a channel, I've wanted to make a huge, long, extensive video essay about ARMS and, you know, what's great about it, why I like it, all that jazz. And that's something I will do in the future, but I just don't know when. Because that's another thing where it's hard to justify to myself, you know, when to do it. Because it's sort of like, I could be making, you know, a 10-minute video, and, you know, people get something to watch, and I get, you know, more chances to get discovered or ad revenue, or, okay, well, I can't adjust the height of this thing, so I need to move everything else up manually. That's great. But yeah, that's something that I'll do someday. And part of me wants to do it before a sequel gets announced, if ever. But another part of me also kind of thinks maybe it'd be better to wait until there is, so that, you know, people can say, oh yeah, and there is value in going back to the first one. Oh shoot. Spam bot. Report. Porn. Report. Ugh, pardon me. So sorry. I'm occasionally, like, clearing my nostrils. I just want huge, long, extensive arms, like to reach things. Oh, yeah. Who needs a sequel to ARMS when you can have yourself longer arms? Okay, 2 left? Yeah, I've got to just make the skull now, for crying out loud. Bite the bullet. Shoot, I might actually have to get rid of some pieces in order to make this more skeletal. Or actually, maybe not. Well. Okay, well, if you're gonna be that way about it. This shape is the shape that I want. And now we get this. Make that. Make it. Duh. Looks more like a crash test dummy than a skeleton, honestly. ARMS didn't click with me, but I would rather have a sequel than get Mario Kart 9. Not in the mood for a new Mario Kart, would rather them expand on ARMS. Thanks for that, David's G. I mean, you know, thanks, that's how you feel, but, you know, yeah, that's a completely valid way to feel. I, for one, hey, I'm going to call it, thanks for having your stream. Thanks for coming over, Zelda Donkey. It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure having your hair. But yeah, I also am sort of like, people are so fiendishly desperate for more Mario Kart, and I'm just kind of like, why? And yeah, Diddy Kong Racing would be infinitely more interesting, I think, too. Oh my gosh. Boing zoom. Well, now there's a skeleton floating around. That's great. Oh, it should have been a ghost. Diddy Kong Racing 2 would be dope. I'm also in that camp where there's just a lot of a lot of Nintendo-owned racing IPs that I want to see back long before I want to see any more Mario Kart stuff, you know? Excitebots especially, but, you know, that's not gonna happen now. Something's grown. Alright, one last element here. Oh, wait a minute, we can't change the rainbow? What? Well, that's lame. Now it's this Halloween place, but with a random rainbow. Or maybe I have to unlock it. Probably have to unlock it. That means I need to spend more time in the sky level. We'll make the castle completely silhouetted. But yeah. Yeah, next video I'm working on is a video about this game, Freaky Forms, but yeah, I'm in no rush to get it finished. I'm gonna work on it as I work on it. And part of me wonders, I haven't decided yet, but part of me wonders whether or not I should just wait it out. Just wait until I've got, like, I don't know, 5 videos or something, you know, multiple videos I can release on a regular schedule instead of, you know, I sort of, right now, or, you know, before, I'd make videos and I'd say, well, you know, it'll be out when it's out. And as soon as it's done, I'll upload it. Or, you know, upload it for my patrons a day early, then for everyone the next day. But part of me wonders whether or not it'd behoove me, it'd be to my behest, to have a lot of videos saved up for a big comeback, you know? I don't know, we'll see. Have you tried Aero GPX yet? Yes, I've tried the demo, and it is marvelous. You know what? I'm half tempted to start playing it right now. Should I? No. I should have... Before the stream started, I wanted to make like a Pardon Our Dust, switching games, please wait screen for my streams, but I didn't. Do I have something comparable? I've got the sock icon. Do you want to just... Hey all, a talking sock here. I'm a VTuber now. I'm a PNG VTuber now. Yeah, no, that's silly. We'll just keep playing Freaky Forms for now. I still want Wario Kart. I think that'd be fun. I think it'd be fun if you sort of married the ideas of, Excitebots and Mario Kart together and make it Wario Kart, because Excitebots had what were ostensibly, mini-games within the races themselves that were tricks that you got more points for pulling off. And that made me think that's not something foreign to the WarioWare series, so, you know, who knows? I want a medieval game that isn't a PlayStation exclusive or a remake. That ain't gonna happen. Yeah, it's whatever shape or form a medieval sequel would take. It would almost certainly be... Well, actually, Sony's been putting some of their stuff on PC now, so maybe. QuickTime event racing? I mean, kinda, except not really, because... I don't know. Check out my Excitebots review if you want to get a good idea of what the tricks consist of, because they're great. You know what? I might switch to a Switch game, actually. You know what? Got nothing else better to do tonight. I might actually switch over to playing some Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. Why not? Why don't I? Yeah. Might do that. Why not? Just keep that going for a while. I don't know how much more I'll play. I've been streaming for an hour and 20 minutes now, but, you know. But I've got nothing better to do, really, so, I don't know. Oh, hey! It's-a me! You shouldn't have! It's-a me just pledged pledged 10 bucks to my Patreon. That's really nice of you. That's I'll have to get to work on your sock Sona for the credits. What is OBS? Video connected, reconnecting. Oh, come on. I like Dan Fortescue. Oh, for crying out loud. My keyboard just fell over. As soon as I see you say Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, I picked up my game case of it to clean it. Nice. Yeah, I just recently got it. I also kind of want to review all the Marvel Ultimate Alliance games in the future, but, you know, I don't know. We'll see whether or not that turns into something. Oh, you know what? My Switch might not be connected to my capture device right now? Question mark? It might be plugged into my Wii U? Hang on. I did say I would a while ago, just kept on forgetting to log on to Patreon. Thank you, It's-A-Me. Shoot! Hang on. Maybe I shouldn't do this right now. Maybe we should save that. Well, that's the thing. I say maybe we should save it for another time, but I don't know how much streaming I want to. Maybe it'll be Maybe I'll do it like once a month or something. I don't know. It's hard to. Oh, it's so hard to schedule things. Because if I start playing it now, I don't know. I'm just kind of. I've got a better idea. Let's make Marvel characters in freaky forms. Why not? There we go. That's an idea. That's an idea for the ages. Freaking, let me plug my controller back into my computer. Gracious. That was a weird hiccup and things. Welcome to the club, nerd. Oh, you said to It's-A-Me, welcome to the Patreon club. Very, very cool of you. Cold kill. Shoot. Oh my gosh, I've got to record the... Yeah, in a couple days, I've got to record the dump of the month, the news show that I do for the Patreon. Oh, whatever. Who's a Marvel character I should make? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna make... Is OBS... Is everything still set up on OBS so that... Yes, it is, okay. I'm gonna make one of my favorite Marvel characters, and you guys can try to guess who it is as I make it. Sound like fun? Here we go. Let's see, let's start with the body. This actually isn't bad so far. Make Earthworm Jim as the Punisher. That's a stellar idea, Dio Don Donomer. Oh shoot. Spam bots in chat. Hang on. Let me ban him real quick. Wait, can I not? Hello? Hang on. I want to let me. Oh, for crying out loud, do I have to go to the actual physical YouTube page? Yes, I do. For crying out loud. Remove. Okay, friggin'. Hide user on this channel. Okay. That's enough for now. Yeah. What am I doing? Giving it legs. That's what I'm doing right now. And its feet. Alright, I'll make it... These feet should be fine. More like sperm bots. Well, I mean, hey, that's what they're selling, isn't it? These bots are like hydras. Oh yeah, they're hydras bots. They're AIMS bots. AIM is the technological one more so than Hydra, I think. Maybe that should be the same shade of green. I don't know. Now it kind of looks like he has a doodah. That's not the one I wanted to click. Shoot, where'd it go? There we go. Yeah, no, it shouldn't all be the same shade. Shoot. But it also shouldn't be that... Yeah, that's better. Drop my controller again. Such a klutz. The irresistible Hulklet. There is a character called Hulkling, but he's like a Skrull and a teenager and gay and a member of the Young Avengers. And, yeah, I was never a fan of the Young Avengers, especially conceptually. They came out right after, the falling out of Avengers Disassemble and Civil War. Never a big fan of them. This body shape is not working. Let's choose something else. The Infraggable Crunk. I love the Infraggable Crunk. But he's a Justice Friends character. TV Puppet Pals, TV Puppet Pals. Lots of fun for guys and gals. Shoot. Yeah, this is kind of working. The thing about this character is that it is such a unique design. The hourglass isn't quite cutting it. There's got to be a better choice in here somewhere. Oh, I think it's a me guessed right. Are you talking about Marvel again? Yep, Beta Luigi. I'm here with the pizza in the oven. What's up, Zoob? How'd your own stream go? I heard you were streaming on Twitch, as it were. Let's see what I could do. Jessica Rabbit, looking ass. Too thick. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's a little better. Yeah, there we go. I'm kind of digging this. Should I give him regular arms or make them out of shapes? And let's go with the eyes now. The man looks like a very different. This is a different character entirely now. This is like a seductive broccoli. No, where's a good eye? Here's a good eye. I don't even know if it's capable of blinking. I'm gonna give it that now. Broccoli Man is born. Pizza's ready, BRB. You go get that pizza, Zoob. I rated someone, I was like, oh, I should have rated Sock, but yeah, I'm on YouTube. I'm not on Twitch, so can't be rated. I don't know, I've tried a couple times, but it's just not my thing. This is a wild thing, not to come without context, but how do it be? Hey, Witty Bread. Yeah, I'm making a character in Freaky Forms. It's a character who originated in Marvel Comics. Created... Oh, actually, I don't know if it was created by Steve Gerber, but his best books were written by Steve Gerber, so that's something. Oh, yeah, there we go. We'll make this one the darker grain, and this one very nice. Make his arm nice and thick. Okay, well, it's gotta be that thick. His hand's gotta be thick, too. Okay, this shape I'm gonna get rid of for now. And we'll make 2 of those. Sounds good, Aroni. Thank you. Anything can blink if you're brave enough. Swamp Thing, but not Dark Horse? Isn't Swamp Thing DC? Maybe it was Dark Horse at one point, I don't know. When Alan Moore wrote for him, maybe. Swamp Thing's roommate. And published with Marvel. There's your fun fact for the day. Yeah, I'm gonna stop being coy. I'm making Man-Thing. Man-Thing is... I don't know. People will say he's Marvel's Swamp Thing, but I think Swamp Thing is Marvel's Man-Thing. And even then, they're pretty different, aside from both being swamp monsters. Ooh. Tentacle. Yeah, Man-Thing is an interesting character, because when done right, the whole premise of Man-Thing is that he was once a man, but now he is more or less a thing. He doesn't think. He acts purely on instinct, and he is drawn empathetically to emotions in the same way, that Like, because that's the thing, right? When a dog sees food, it eats the food, and it doesn't think twice about it because it has to eat the food. Man-Thing, if Man-Thing senses fear in another human being, it instinctively loathes fear, so it makes it its goal to destroy whatever is experiencing fear in the moment. You know, and it's also drawn to, you know, love and empathy and, you know, and all that, but it rarely encounters that because it's a big, ugly, hideous thing. You know, Man-Thing is a really interesting character because it's kind of a prop within its own books. It makes for really interesting morality plays when your central character doesn't have any commentary on the situation at hand, not because it has a different moral compass like Frank Castle or whatever, but because it has no moral compass at all. It has no inner monologue. It has nothing. It's a really interesting high-concept character. And yeah, and for that reason, its books are... I'm a big... I love Steve Gerber's Man-Thing. Love it, love it, love it. All it would defeat Man-Thing is a bit of compassion. Wild. Yeah, you know, exactly. But that's the thing, but the Man-Thing doesn't really... The Man-Thing has to... It draws its powers from the nexus of all realities where Ted Sallis, who he was when he was a man, fell in. He was working on a super soldier serum, but then AIM found out about it and, you know, was sort of... they were going to take it from him, but he didn't want it to fall into the wrong hands. So he drove away, injected himself with the serum so that nobody could get at it, and, you know, crashed his car into the Florida Everglades, the swamp. And from there, the super soldier serum mixed with the, you know, the cosmic properties of the swamp, which unbeknownst to him is the nexus point of all realities, made him what he is today. So he's got, like, you know, the strength and the physical whatnot of the super soldier serum, but was also misshapen and mutated by the magic swamp guck. So now he's a big, you know, Man-Thing. That's, you know, Swamp Thing is probably the more apropos name, but, you know. But Man-Thing, I believe it's a piece of trivia that Stan Lee actually, you know, they wrote a lot of monster comics for Timely and Marvel. And whenever he came up with something, he would say to, you know, his collaborators, his artists, okay, here's the Man-Thing. Okay, we're gonna make a Man-Thing. Here, you know, the Man-Thing. And that tickled whoever was working on the Man-Thing comic, you know, Steve Gerber, whoever else. Roy Thomas, I believe, was the editor. And they said, well, let's just name the character Man-Thing. And so they did. And Man-Thing is also an interesting design. I've said it before in the 3D All-Stars, 3D on-foot racing games video, among other places, that I love characters who have big, bulbous bug eyes and what is ostensibly a head, but no mouth and no other features. Man-Thing was a Stan Lee self-insert. Comics are weird, Beta Luigi, but that's what's so great about them. It's a dope character design. Isn't it, MJ? It's great. Anything can be done right. Case in point, Garth Ennis' Punisher. Love the character, but it's only right when a war author is at the wheel. Yeah, Punisher is an easy one for our writers to not get. Yeah, Frank Castle. My older brother loved the Punisher. He was his favorite comic book hero. And he's in the army now, so, you know, maybe that tells you something about, you know, maybe he and Frank had an understanding. But, yeah, and I like Frank Castle, too, just fine, but he's not my favorite. And I think it is important when you do Punisher stories to really have that understanding of separating getting the job done and saving people from all of the, you know, philosophical, moral questions that come with taking life. Oh yeah, lol, I forgot he did all that. Who did all what? Man-Thing? Yeah, Man-Thing has been on some wild adventures. Steve Gerber was also a very eccentric writer. Steve Gerber also came up with Howard the Duck, you know, who lives in infamy now. Oh, this piece pulsates. That's great. Freaking yeah. Yeah, Steve Gerber came up with Howard the Duck. I don't know if he came up with She-Hulk, but he did some She-Hulk stories that are actually pretty good. He did Omega the Unknown, a cult classic Marvel book. Yeah, he's a real talent, Steve Gerber. He wasn't with us long enough, if you ask me. Oh, he also did Fool Killer. That's another one. And Elf with a Gun. How could I forget about Elf with a Gun? Comics are weird. If you had to write a comic run, who would you want to write? That's a good question. Probably Silver Surfer. No, okay, here's the thing. Silver Surfer is my favorite, but I don't know if I have the wherewithal to do it justice. Oh, you know what? Here's an idea. Might add these little bits and goops and drops here. Make it the same shade as him. Yeah, make it look like he's dripping, maybe. Yeah, that's something. Oh, you know what? We can make it this way. Yeah. But yeah, if I had to do a comic run, if I was given the opportunity to write a comic book, I probably would go for Man-Thing, actually. Because I think as a writer, at least my teachers would tell me this, I work best when I'm given limitations. Like, if I understand where I have to be by the end of a story, I do a better job working toward that end. And so with Man-Thing, there are rules, right? Rigid rules. Like, I think to myself, okay, he can't have, a moral plight or quandary because he doesn't feel. And he has to end up in the swamp or stay at the swamp for most of it, because if he's gone too long, then, he'll, die. Or his power will be weakened. Silver Surfer / Cosmic Thing. He's a harbinger of doom, but nobody understands. He's the warning, not the disaster. You should write an amalgam character. Oh, like the Marvel DC crossover books. Man, those were wild. And it was also during that, period of DC where they were, where they had, Superboy and all that. Or Superboy Prime with the sunglasses. Yeah, that was weird. That's something that would make for a great freaking fighting game, though. I don't know why no one's done that yet. Okay, I feel like we should give him something comparable to a loincloth. Let's see if we've got something like that in here. I mean, we've gotta, right? Yeah, here we go. Here's something. Like Dark Claw. Yeah, Dark... Oh, can I do the outline of his pectoral muscles, maybe? Probably not. Yeah, why do DC versus Marvel games not happen yet? I feel like they will in the near future. I feel like we're at such a point in the world that that's not far off from happening. Alright, we've got 0 pieces left now, so this I'm going to try and make... I think there's a piece that might look more or less like the owls. Something that's like a T shape or a Y shape. Surely. Anywhere. Somewhere. This maybe. If I stretch it out. And shrink it. Stretch it out. Stretch it out. I don't know. Injustice is just DC. It is. Yeah, both Marvel and DC have done plenty of fighting games. But I think most people, at least most people who grew up in a time before crossovers were freaking everywhere, would love to see a Marvel versus DC thing. I don't know. I feel like it's not quite right. Maybe. Oh, you know what? Here's an idea. Copy this. Turn the one back here into that. Yeah, here we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Ooh, that's great. Nice and hairy. Up, but it... Yeah, you know what? This works. Well, maybe not so much. Oh, hang on. Its face should be facing the other way. Hang on. That was easy. By the way, I became a patron hoping there would be a new video in under 7 weeks since the one before. I know. I'm so sorry. My life is so busy. I've got so many things. I talked about it a little bit before you came into the stream. How on top of everything going on in my life and my inability to make content too frequently, I'm also trying to move toward making... You know, because you saw in the patron post that I'm thinking of moving toward making content that's more involved, got more of a shelf life, maybe a little bit longer, maybe covers a breadth of genres. And I know you've told me, you made it clear that you subscribe because you want to see Nintendo stuff, and that's not stopping anytime soon. The Freaky Forms video is in production. You know, you're probably gonna see some of the footage from the stream in the B-roll. But yeah. You still got 3 weeks left to meet my expectations. If you say so, Zoob. I mean, like, hey, you know, that's a fair point. You know, if you're giving me $10 a month, that's way more than YouTube gives me per month most months. So, yeah, I'll try to get that Freaky Forms video out within the next 3 weeks. It's coming along. I've got the voiceover is done. I'm getting B-roll now. I'll just have to film the sock and then edit it on my downtime, which I'll get more of when Halloween is over, when this weekend is over. And school will also be over by the time November's over, so yeah, I'll try not to have so many long hiatuses between videos for now. And if, that changes, you'll be among the first to know, so. Yeah, sorry about that. Whew. Oh yeah, I need to give it a mouth. That's a thing with Freaky Forms. Hang on. What's a piece I can remove? Get rid of this piece. Put this piece over here. And I'll hide the mouth in the eyes. Or in the trunk. Because the man thing doesn't have a mouth. And it cannot scream. That's sort of a thing. So I know that's one of the many limitations with Freaky Forms, is that all the characters have to have a mouth because you have to be able to eat fruit and produce eggs to unlock things. So, but yeah. Is there at least a good download tutorial? Oh, for Mugen, we're talking about Mugen in the chat. Yeah, I've never gotten into Mugen. It's, but it's an impressive project that's lasted this long, so, There's the thing. We'll call him Man Thing. Confirm. And his catchphrase will be ... because he doesn't speak. And it doesn't really make noise, but it has to have a voice, so I guess I'll go for... Yeah, robot's funny. Confirm. Equip. See if I can't find some... Oh! Fiery hands. Those who know fear burn at the man-thing's touch. That's the iconic catchphrase. So yeah, obviously gotta give him that. Exploring is always so fascinating. Let's go. Yeah, walking up the rainbows. Yeah. We gotta finish the max level dungeon in this level so that I can unlock the ability to change that rainbow. Because we just spent most of the stream making this so nice and Halloween-y, and that rainbow kind of ruins everything. BRB. I'll be here, Beta Luigi, unless I'm not. I'll probably, what's it, 7:45 now? I'll probably be on for a while. Oh, this is another character I made. It's a girl on a hot air balloon. Wanna spin the bonus chance wheel? Yeah, sure, why not? She's not based on anyone in particular. I was on a plane, and I would just make formies because it's just so fun. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Oh, so I've unlocked... So that's what she gave me with the bonus chance wheel, is to lay colored eggs. Sweet. Nice, so then we're set on the overworld. We could just go to the dungeon then. Where is it? Is this like Drawn to Life in that one-word game? Sort of. Except it's, you know... The way you make creatures is a lot more rigid. This is a game Nintendo launched the 3DS eShop with, and I think by many metrics it's a masterpiece. You know, that's what the next video I'm making for the channel will be, so I'll be able to divulge on the nitty-gritty by the time that happens. Hopefully within the next 3 weeks for you, Zoob. Scribblenauts used to be cool, man. Oh yeah, I like Scribblenauts. Scribblenauts Unlimited on the Wii U is one I've got good fun memories with. I remember creating the cast of Sitting Ducks in it. That's a TV show that nobody but me remembers. That's something I'd even like to review on this channel because it's actually it's also kind of uniquely brilliant in its own way, Sitting Ducks. That's a weird one. Vlad is frightened. Happy Halloween! Damn! Girl on the hot air balloon had me like, woo! Yeah, I did make her, her jean short wearing butt sort of hang over the hot air balloon bench. Yeah, that's a thing. I've got hot blood in my veins. I'm not horny on Maine, shut up. I've got the ducks and the alligators. Yes, Sitting Ducks. Greg is scared. Greg knows fear. Well, of course they do. You know, and they're gonna burn at my touch. You know why? Because I'm the man thing, baby. Yeah. I've been reading Man Thing. I've also been reading, you know, Silver Surfer, going back to it because I love it. Something new I've been reading. I tried reading, in 2017, they did a new run on, Bloodstone. But, you know, with Elsa Bloodstone, Ulysses Bloodstone's defendant. Elsa Bloodstone, Monster Hunter. And the art is really good. I love the art of that book. There's a whole, like, monster squad who run their own little, like, monster rehabilitation society. Made up of, you know, Morbius, the living vampire, Encantu, the living mummy, Man-Amphibian. And it's fun, their dynamic is fun, but the stories themselves are kind of boring and lame, and Elsa herself, I never liked Elsa Bloodstone. I also read, the first Elsa Bloodstone's original run in 2001, and gosh it's so unbearably horny. And it's also, it's Joss Whedon era. It's so Buffy the Vampire Slayer-y. Yeah, I can't say I'm a big fan of Elsa Bloodstone. I want to be. I love the dark side of the Marvel Universe. Macabre Marvel, as they called it back in the 70s. But I don't know. The stuff they're doing currently doesn't do it for me, even though the art is beautiful. I would love to see an animated show with that kind of art. Also, read the 97 run of Thunderbolts, and it is fan-frickin-tastic. B-Mask, who made the Fantastic Four, you know, video essay a couple years back, teased that he's, you know, working on a, not in so many words, but ostensibly teased, that he's working on a similar video about Thunderbolts. And I can see why. The book is great. The premise is great. I'd really recommend reading that 97 run of Thunderbolts. Because I always thought, from the outside looking in, that it was like Suicide Squad. You know, like, oh, villains becoming heroes under threat of death. But it's even better than that. It's, without spoiling much, it's Baron Zemo and the Masters of Evil a big, stupid, you know, blockbuster comic book event happens, and the Fantastic Four and the Avengers are gone. Like, you know, they're off-world, or they're dead, or they're not around anymore. So Zemo decides to put together a Masters of Evil team, disguise them as superheroes, and gain the public's trust, while the Avengers and the Fantastic Four are away. And the name Thunderbolts itself is kind of a play on Blitzkrieg, or Stormtroopers. It's something that, for one side of history, could inspire faith and hope and keeping things in order, but also has a crypto-fascist, you know, sound to it. And I'm like, oh, that's brilliant. And the drama, the way the story's going, I haven't finished it yet, but it is great. I heard they're doing a Thunderbolts movie in the MCU with the horrible characters they introduced in the Black Widow movie, and I'm like, well, that's not going to be any good. And even if it's fine in its own right, it's not going to be anywhere near as good as that comic, you know, so why not? They have the SS logo. More or less, it's a single Thunderbolt, not two. But yeah, because Zemo is, you know, the descendant of a Captain America World War II villain. Yeah, but Man-Thing is a Marvel character. He's not a Final Fantasy thing. I made him, this is Freaky Forms, Your Creation's Alive. So I recreated Marvel's Man-Thing in this, you know, game about creating characters. Punisher skull ruined forever. I don't know if that's the irony on Frank's part, but I do get that. Spawn? Yeah, I haven't read any Spawn. I don't know, I'm not the biggest fan of Rob Liefeld, so I don't know. But, you know, but if that's his baby, then it'll probably be easier to judge on his own terms. Maybe I'll look into it someday, I don't know. Oh, Man-Thing versus Final Fantasy thing. Yes, that's what that was, Beta Luigi. That was a Moogle. That's a character that I pilfered off a QR code. I've never read Thunderbolts or comics in general, but I know the movie's gonna suck. Yeah, the MCU hasn't been doing too hot lately. It's got the potential to do good. You know, I was one of those people who held out hope for a long time with Marvel. I started to see the cracks forming when they did Age of Ultron. I sort of thought it was maybe not the wrong time to do Ultron, but, you know, you kind of... I get what they were doing with, you know, fleshing out Tony Stark's, you know, nigh Orwellian, you know, paranoia. But I think it works better as a Hank Pym thing, as an Ant-Man thing. And it confused me at the time, you know, as a teenager when it came out, and I was like, well, wait, you're doing Age of Ultron, then you're doing the Ant-Man solo movie? Doesn't it make more sense to do the Ant-Man movie, then Age of Ultron? But, you know, whatever. The movies adapt things differently. And for a while, it was okay. You know, Ultron was the first time I started to think, okay, the choices, the liberties you're taking with the characters is sort of a detriment to their appeal now. But it's not the end of the world. Oh, don't kill me, two birds stacked on one another. Don't kill me. Shoot, I don't have the health for this. I really like the first three phases, but it hasn't been good since Endgame. That's a really common sentiment. I kind of agree, but kind of don't. I think there's a lot in Phase 3 that I really don't like. And, ooh, there's food over there. I want food. But yeah, and Endgame itself, there's a lot of stuff I like about it, but a lot of stuff I don't. I like the ending they gave Captain America. A lot of people are mixed on it, but I think it was just lovely. On Professor Hulk, I didn't mind it as I was watching it, but now that we're sort of left with those repercussions going forward, I'm kind of like, yeah, it's a shame that we never got a chance to do a lot of proper Hulk stories before delving into this, you know, before castrating him, essentially. So that's another whatever thing. The time travel in general was fun, but it was also like, And the villain, okay. if there's one major thing I dislike about the MCU that is, you know, just sort of a part of it and can't be rectified, Loki keeps coming back from the dead for nothing. They don't have anything interesting to do with him, and they sort of forgot along the way, arbitrarily, that he's a bad guy. You know? And that's the thing, I don't even think people would be as attached to Loki as a character if Tom Hiddleston wasn't so damn charismatic. You know? But, you know, it's whatever. Oh, and also, the way they adapted Malekith and the Dark Elves for Thor 2 was also pretty lackluster. Because Malekith was raped in the animated show Earth's Mightiest Heroes. So they really bungled things with the movie. But, you know, whatever. Oh, shoot! Cannonball! At least it's not as bad as World War Hulk. Yeah, World War Hulk I'm not big on either. That's one that a lot of people love, but it's also one that I'm kind of like... There's things I like about it, but things I don't. I hate the Illuminati. I hate the idea that, you know, that Reed Richards and Doctor Strange and Tony Stark, all these characters who have big egos, which, you know, can drive a lot of people away from them, for them to have the gall to think that they should control the world as a shadow cabal is kind of like, give me a break. And, you know, and so naturally, I didn't like seeing them show up in the Doctor Strange movie. I didn't like that Doctor Strange movie either, quite frankly. But, you know, whatever. Shang-Chi and No Way Home were pretty good. I hated No Way Home. I know I'm in the minority on this. I actually got into something of a Twitter back and forth with B-Mask about it, which kind of sucks, because I'm like, I don't want B-Mask to think of me as the guy who, you know, complains about nerd stuff on Twitter. I don't... Because I don't think he knows I exist even, beyond the positive comments I've left on his videos in that exchange. So I'm like, yeah, I don't want to leave a bad impression, because I'd love to collab with him someday. But I don't know. You know, it's just, you know, we can have a difference of opinion and not be mortal enemies. And you know, and that's the thing. The things I dislike about Spider-Man No Way Home run deep. It's a lot of little stuff that sort of comes together to make something that I think is just really misguided. But I had a hell of a time sort of getting that across. And B-Mask is sort of adamant that it's like, no, you're wrong. This is the thing. You know, I tried to appeal to, you know, taste. And it's like, you're fighting the interpretation. I'm like, well, I don't like the interpretation. You know, can I not like it? And he's like, I don't know, I think the things you're saying are fundamentally wrong. And I'm just kind of like, well, you know, I don't think... You know, I don't want you to say that I just don't get it, when I know what... I get it. I get what they're going for, and I don't like it. And then he's like, well, how, you know... You can't get it and also not like it. And I'm like, well, that's... You know, we have to disagree here. You know? Maybe someday I'll make a video on it, but that's in the distant future. That's not something I want to... Because I want to start... Okay, here's the thing, right? Videos I want to make about stuff beyond gaming, I want to make stuff about things I like or see potential in. You know, I don't want to go into it angry. Because I don't really want to be an angry guy. I want to be constructive. There's a lot of things I don't like about... You know, the Marvel movies and, you know, the AAA gaming scene and Nintendo itself and all this, but I want to make stuff that's, you know, about good stuff. You know, it's an easier vehicle for comedy. I don't want to tear things down. I don't know. I've got the red key now. Where's the red door? There it is. I've seen clips of Doctor Strange 2 and it looks pretty boring, which sucks because I watched everything everywhere recently and it was amazing. Yeah, people keep recommending that to me. I don't know if I'd like it, but, you know, maybe I'll see it on a plane someday or something. Because that's the thing with movies, right? If they're really that good, then I'll see them eventually. I'll have to, because people won't stop talking about it. You know, I really like Pacific Rim 1, but I didn't want to see Pacific Rim 2 because it looked kind of bad. And people are telling me, oh, no, Pacific Rim 2 was actually really good. Pacific Rim 2 is fun. But here we are, and nobody talks about it anymore, because it left no impression on the wider kaiju fandom or, you know, movie fandom or whatever. So it's like, yeah, I don't think I was far off base when I said it looked pretty boring. So, you know, nobody talks about it anymore, so it's probably not that great. Yeah, you two should fight. No, I don't want to fight nobody. If you're talking about B-Mask, I don't want to fight B-Mask. I want to... My goal someday is to, you know, all these YouTubers that inspire me, like Nerl, B-Mask, JonTron, Sprout Posting. Sprout Posting has expressed interest in collabing with me before on multiple occasions. That's something I definitely want to get to someday. It's, you know, not even just necessarily collab, but work with, you know? Leave an impression with these people that inspire me. Oh man, I'm starting to get hungry. I've got dinner on the stove. I should probably... Been streaming for 2 hours now. I think after this fight, might have to wrap it up. Sprout Posting is a Chad. I love Sprout Posting. Oh, wait, what's this? Special power magic tricks. Oh, okay. Dang, so I still haven't unlocked that freaking rainbow. Whatever. I thrashed that boss. But Loki makes the fangirls read 40-year-old homosexual men horny and spend money. Yeah, that's the thing with the MCU in general. Phase 1, I think, is the most interesting because it has the most... It's the most open-ended. You're like, this can go in so many directions. Because the liberties they take with the characters aren't that drastic. They're more or less what you'd expect, you know, taking the fundamentals of the characters from the comics and adapting them to the big screen. But now, you've got characters like Moon Knight, which they've almost completely misrepresented, which is a darn shame because I love Moon Knight. And now going forward, you know, they're going to base him off the MCU version because that's just what happens. You know, look at Guardians of the Galaxy. Or look at Ant-Man, you know? That's just what happens. Is that the movies sort of dictate the direction the comics have to go in after a while. But the comics were kind of becoming not that great before the movies, or during the movies, in the midst of the movies. So it's not the biggest loss in the world. Obviously, the classics still exist, and you can go back and read them like I am now with stuff like Thunderbolts and Man-Thing. But yeah. I am not a fan of what they did with Moon Knight. I'm not a fan of what they did with Doctor Strange and his mythos, or Black Panther and his mythos, or Spider-Man and his mythos, or the mythos of the cosmic universe in general, what they've done with Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel. I've never been an especially big fan of Miss Marvel anyway, but what they've done is just... ugh. You know, there's a lot of stuff that's sort of like, well, this is a missed opportunity to take something that I thought worked really well in the comics, even if you're not going to do it one for one. But it's whatever. And again, that Werewolf by Night movie that I'm not going to spoil, even though Zelda Donkey's not here anymore, I'm not going to spoil it, because I might do a review and whatever. Yeah, that Werewolf by Night movie is one of the best Marvel movies they made in a long time, but it's still not great. But it's sort of, in the spirit of Phase 1, it leaves things open-ended enough to where I'm like, you could salvage this. You could go in a direction that would make for a good movie with the characters you've used. But, you know, we'll just have to wait and see. So yeah, happy Halloween, everybody. I've got, you know, I'll be working every night until 2 a.m. for the next 4 days. I've got an exam that's due on Tuesday in school. I'm in rehearsals for a show that's going up in November. I've got to start a new day job soon to make more money and all that. But in betwixt all these things in my life, I hope to bring more content to you here on the humble A Talking Sock channel. Goodbye, good night, good wishes to you all, and good birthday, Christmas. Birthday, Christmas. Birthday, Christmas. Birthday,